Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Three Powers of the Birdie podcast. What's today?
March 30th.
Forgot the day.
March 30th, right? Today's Saturday.
It is March.
Yeah.
Yeah, March 30th.
Tomorrow's Easter, March 31st. Actually, can I turn mine down a little bit?
Turn your mic. It
Yeah.
sounds like it's a little.
It's a little. Hold on, peeps. Also, while we're doing this,
right.
thank you. Also, while we're doing this, these sweats are what I painted the garage in, so don't fucking judge me, bitches. You know,
I don't know. That just means you were doing work, bro.
I'm a working man.
Yeah, that just means you were doing work while
Exactly.
everybody else was sitting on their ass.
Yep,
You know,
pretty much. That's a good way to put it.
Listening to our content
Yeah.
and watching the YouTube videos, hopefully.
Yep.
But yeah, Saturday, March 30th.
Yep.
We have a few things we obviously want to talk to you guys about. One of the biggest things I'd say is
Do I need to mute those?
Yeah, mute that shit.
Continue.
One of the biggest things, though, I would say is our golf league that is actually starting here April 8th. So we have about 1 week until it starts. Cody's ankle is still a little hurt from when he sprained it a couple weeks ago. If you guys haven't seen that, motherfucker sprained his ankle at soccer, but he's getting through it now. He's starting to feel a little bit better. So we have golf league rather starting here April 8th. And then we want to talk about our picks for our club challenge that we've been doing. They're Steve and I are pretty close, but we got Cody trying to make a comeback here.
Comeback here.
And then a few other things obviously we want to talk to you guys about. But without further ado, let's get down to the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah. We had, one thing I wanted to touch on before we jump into this week's content and this week's information was I wanted to shout out Scotty Scheffler because he went back to back at the Players. I don't think we mentioned that. First player to ever do that. So big deal for him there. So congratulations to him. This week.
And then he goes this week and ends his fucking under par streak that he was doing.
Yeah.
Had a 3-putt on hole 18 here this week at the Houston Children's Open. And dude, it was pretty fucking crazy to see him do that. You see him miss the first putt from about, I don't know, 6 or 8 feet, we'll say, just lips out. And then has a 3.5, maybe 4-footer coming back and just kind of gets up to the ball. And you could see a little bit of anger in the putt, but just didn't really do his routine, just kind of stepped up and hit it, and he missed it. And then he just tapped it in, 3-putt, bogey, ends his streak for shooting under par, 29, I believe, 29 consecutive weeks, shooting under par, and that is absolutely phenomenal golf. I mean, now you got that weighing on your shoulders, like, man, you're gonna have to start from scratch again. Can you do it again? Because that's saying that you were just playing some of the best golf ever, right there.
Yeah, he can do it again. It was crazy to see. I was watching with Chad. We were watching and hanging out, and yeah, he fucking misses the first one, which was kind of wild. Chad was like, "What the fuck?" And then we both kind of like scoffed it off, and next thing you know, he lips out the next one, like you said, from like 3 feet.
Yeah,
not far. And he 3-putted. First 3-putt in an obnoxious amount of rounds, like so many rounds, 200 and something rounds or something crazy.
Even with having shitty putting, even with having the worst stats in the tour,
and he still, he still is, I think, only 3 or 4 back. Scotty played well besides that hole for the most part. I mean, I think he shot.
Yeah, he's still right up there. I think he's in fourth place.
Yeah, he's in 4th place. He's gonna. I looked at the odds this morning. All right, so to give you guys an update, Tony Finau started the day at 9 under. He was the leader. Next closest was 7 under. And then couple 7s, couple 6s, 5s, blah blah blah. Tony's odds were plus 220. Scotty Scheffler was 5 under, and Tony Finau's 9 under, and Scotty's odds were plus 220. They had the exact same fucking odds to win the tournament, and he's 4 strokes back of him. Like, oh, that's crazy. So, needless to say, Tony Finau is doing great in this tournament. He shot his own record tying 62, which he shot 2 years ago when he won this tournament. So if that's saying, and if history repeats itself, and he shot it in the second round both years.
Yep.
Kind of crazy.
That was so fun to watch. He had the one bogey on hole 10, which hurt him, fucking par that hole, and you break your course, record, man. But, Tony Finau fresh,
Yeah.
certified.
And it was an early morning tee time, so you check it at 1 o'clock when the live coverage comes on, and he's already done, and he shot a 62. So shout out to Tony for that. We'll see if he can run it back. Did he win it last year? No, who won it last year?
He won it last year.
Oh, he did win it last
he
year.
won it last
Okay.
year.
He
Yep,
did
yep.
win it last year. Yeah. So
I was very skeptical on picking him this week. He's my pick for our club
Yep.
challenge this week. Very skeptical on picking him for that reason.
Who was the other
Like,
options?
can he do it again?
Yeah,
Will
of course.
he? It's like
It's hard to pick a repeat.
I know he's going to make the cut there. At least he should, right? But will
Right.
he win again? Will he do as well as he did last year? Who knows? But he was on my pick'em wheel for sure. I had him, Jason Day, I had Aaron Rye, and Jake Knapp. He was another one on there.
Good thing you didn't take Jake.
Good thing I didn't take Jake Knapp. Yeah.
And
And
just having a rough
and then I
weekend.
basically narrowed it down from those four to Jason Day and Tony Finau, and kind of texted Nolte on the side and was like, "Hey, between these two, who would you go with?"
Yeah, and he said Tony.
And he loved Tony. I said, "All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with Tony."
Flav's a Tony fan too.
Loves Tony.
Shout out to Kevin LaFlave for sure. So, it
was good. Yeah, I'm glad he shot lights out. He's doing me well right now.
Yeah,
I need points.
He's doing you well. Obviously, Nick's up in the points. I think he's up. You guys each have 10 or 12.
Yeah, but I think Steve's beat me by 2 points right now. 12-10.
So 12-10, and I have
minus
like
1.
3 or something. Fuck you. Not minus 1.
Man.
It's like 3 or 4. It's not much. You know what's crazy? I told these guys, I texted them earlier this week, I was checking last year's stats because I didn't have that many missed cuts last year. I was fucking picking some good golfers. And this year I have 4 missed cuts, and we're through, I think, like 9 tournaments or something, 10 tournaments. And last year I had 5 missed cuts throughout the whole year. So
yeah, dude, this year your picks have been a little off.
Yeah,
a little off.
Needless to say, got to turn things around. So my pick this week was who the fuck did I even pick?
Siwoo Kim.
Siwoo, yes, Siwoo, who is 1 under. He is I think tied for 26. So I really need a point. Tied 25 gets you 1 point. Top 10 gets you 2. So Siwoo hopefully turns it on. I was trying to watch him earlier. He was on hole 7, but they didn't show too much coverage of him. So
yeah, why are they not showing him? Like he's not doing bad. He's playing all right.
I think it's his group. Like they had to pick feature groups, and maybe who he's paired with might not be big names. So I think they like one of the feature groups this morning was a Wyndham Clark group. So it's like okay,
but still, they do that.
Yeah, I know they need to pick some other people. That'd be great because they usually just pick some of the top names, but it's all good. So that's my pick, and then Steve's pick was Keith Mitchell, right? Yeah, Cashmere Keith. We thought he was. Well, I thought he was going to come out.
What a shitty pick.
Yeah,
what a fucking
and
idiot.
Keith missed the cut. So yes, thanks, Keith.
Yeah,
shout out to you. We'll send you a bottle of our finest for missing the cut. Thank you. You're a fucking.
Let's make this podcast. Let's see how much shit we can talk about Steve. We'll just talk mad shit about Steve in this podcast. He's
like
not
we
here.
Did with the fuck Max Homa.
I think we just really
just
throw him under the bus and just rip on him.
Yeah, I mean he always provides really good food every time I come over, so I feel bad making fun of him. But he isn't here, so he's a piece of shit. Alex does a great job. You're right. So fuck you, Steve.
Supervising and keeping Hershey away.
No, yeah, I know, right?
Keeps the dog away from the kitchen.
That's great.
Shoos him away. Like he's good at that. Keeps the table prepped up, clean.
Yeah, dance moves. That's about it.
He'll put the songs on, but Steve cooking? Nah, that's Alex.
Yeah, that's all Alex. And I don't know if you guys have had Alex's food, but excuse me, it's fucking fire. Honestly, best cook I know. Best cook I know for sure. So shout out to her for that. So we got this tournament going on in Houston. We got a couple more tournaments, and we got the Masters in 2 weeks. You ready?
Yeah, dude, I'm so pumped for that. Last week's tournament, what was that called again? Do you remember?
Was it the Valspar?
Was it the Valspar last week? I think it might have been the Valspar. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Peter Malnati won.
Yeah.
The way that he broke down the win and kind of talked his way through the interview afterward, it was an emotional, heartfelt message that you could see came from deep down inside him. He broke down in tears and was holding back a lot of it. He had his kids there, his family, his whole family was there watching him. But it's been 9 years since the last time he's won on tour, and he's really hammered down and talk. He really hammered hammered the narrative that like how the field is now. It's so tough to win. The kids are coming out 20, 21 years old, fresh out of college, and they're just ready to play. Super aggressive players, can hit the ball a mile, and
All of them.
really talked about how he wasn't sure if he could even compete anymore in this level because of how good it became and has gotten, and getting the win really meant a lot to him. So it showed and made him feel inside that he could do it again.
Yeah,
that
second win.
Yeah,
Second win. That's they say that's the hardest one to do. Like winning, you can win, you can get lucky once, but the second one, it's really hard to do. And it took him, I think it said 9 years.
9 years, yeah, that's
The
what I mean.
Sanderson Farms, 2015 or 16 or something.
Yeah,
So,
and he talked about nerves coming up. Hole 16, he said his hands were shaking. He hit some bad shots. You could see it on the final stretch there. But with all that being said, he did win. He won. He got through. He played some outstanding golfers. There was a pretty tough field last week at the Valspar.
Tough field.
For him to do that again, after 9 years, like he said, it puts him in a place like knowing, hey, I can do this. It's tough, but I can do it.
Yep, I can do it, and I can do it with the big dogs, like you said. I mean, I can only imagine after 9 years how much that breaks down your soul, and your competitive drive. They talk the whole time on the TV coverage about how passionate and how uplifting he is and how awesome he is to all the fans. You can see it every time he was walking between holes. He's high-fiving fans. We've been at tournaments. It's rare. You might get one, and it's a kid. A kid will get a high five, and that's about it. No one's getting high fives. They might acknowledge and tip the cap, but he's always acknowledging all the fans and saying thank you for coming out and the security guards and everything. He's a wholesome guy. We appreciate having him on tour as fans. He's fun to watch. He's got the bucket hat just like Nick, so that's always cool to see. We might actually go back-to-back bucket hats. There's another guy, I think, in 4th or 5th place this week who rocks a bucket hat, Hightower or something like that. So, yeah. So we'll see if we go back-to-back bucket hat weeks. That'd be pretty wild. But yeah, it's cool to see. And he's playing all right. I think he was 1 under the first day, and then I think he shot 3 under yesterday. I'm not sure if he made the cut or not, but yeah, he's like you said, a great story. Great story.
Yeah, Mountain Hottie with the yellow golf ball too. I love seeing that.
Yeah, the yellow golf ball. That's pretty cool to see. And he just qualified for the Masters, so that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see what he does at the Masters.
Yeah, all these guys. Sweet. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. I saw pictures of it. The course looks fucking, just wonderful, wonderful, immaculate. All those words don't even do it justice.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun. I actually have a wedding that weekend, so I won't be able to watch as much as I usually do. But I'll have my eyes on it for sure. So hopefully it's a close contest. But before that, we have the Valero
wedding. Is that weekend?
Alamo. Yeah. 2 weeks from now.
Devin and Shelby.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. So
I'm taking Friday off work, I think.
Are you?
So I can at least watch a lot of it.
Yeah, he wanted me to take Friday off and work or in golf and do like
11?
Yeah. Because he wanted to golf that morning and then do like groomsmen stuff with everyone, do the rehearsal dinner that night. I don't think I can take work off that day. But if reach out to them, I'm sure they have spots open. They're trying to get people to golf.
Funny.
Brian, funny. So let them know you're going to take the day off.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it for sure. I got to watch the Masters, man. Every time I'm at work, I have it on my phone and I can only catch pieces of it. Something big happens and I'm like trying to get my weld finished just so I can watch it.
But yeah, we got Tiger playing again. That's cool.
I hate that.
I don't think he'll do too hot, but we'll talk more about that as it gets closer.
I don't hate Tiger playing. I hate that I
perfect
use my phone to watch
that was perfect
Masters. Yeah, no, I was like, people are gonna hear this and think I
fucking hate Tiger Woods, dude. That guy's a fucking asshole.
That's not at all the case. Yeah, dude. Fuck
We have-
yeah.
we
2
got-
weeks.
yeah.
2 fucking weeks. Let's
And-
buckle down.
In less than 2 weeks, we got leagues. April 8th. That's
Yeah, dude.
8 days away. 9 days.
You think your ankle's gonna be ready? You said it was just swollen yesterday.
It wasn't bad yesterday. No. It should be fine. I played 6 holes earlier. It looks fine.
Holy shit, that thing's horrible.
Nah, don't listen to Nick. He's a bad liar.
Damn. That thing's getting worse by the day.
Fuck you. And it wasn't too bad. My elbow hurts a little bit, but that hurts all the time from this. So yeah, I think I should be fine. I hope I should be fine.
All right.
Yeah, I should be fine.
We'll see.
Because I'm not gonna have an excuse to go.
Yeah, no
I'm
excuses.
injured or
No excuses.
you know.
You shoot a bad number if you shoot a bad number.
I was fucking ruthless.
I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't want to either. I hope everybody
Drink
shoots
more milk.
bad numbers than if I shoot a bad number, but we'll see.
Got
It's
milk?
gonna be kind of cold. Are you ready for that? Like it's gonna be.
Yeah, it always is though. I got
Yeah, I know.
I got a cart cover.
Fuck, I'm right with you.
Yeah, but you have the heater.
Yeah, that's fine. I got the heater. He's got the cart covered. We're
So we'll
good.
be good.
We're good, baby.
Bake it out.
Yep. Bake it out. Exactly. So, season, I think Bob said there's 16 golfers this year, which I think is a little less. I think we had 18 last year or something.
Do we have 18?
Because we didn't play everyone. I'm pretty sure.
We
had 18 or 19.
We still won't then, right?
This we will. We have 16 weeks. So you'll play everyone and you'll play. Well, no, because there's 2 position
Yeah.
rounds. You won't play one person. You play 14 competitive rounds.
Hopefully
2
it's
position
days
rounds.
that I don't have to play.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully it's Dave or you. That'd be I want to play you. That'd be cool. So we'll see how it goes this year. Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, I pretty much took the lead in like week 2 or 3, I think, and then I held on until the very last week. Nick came and swooped in and took the title, and I got second place. Ideal scenario for a season. I mean, obviously, I would like to have kept it going the whole time, or Nick be one, us be 1 and 2 the whole
Yeah, that
time.
was sick.
But it was so much fun, and shout out to this guy for putting it on and winning. I think shot like a 41 or 42 in the final round. It was pretty
beat
good.
you?
Yeah,
39.
39,
38.
38 to beat me. They only beat me by,
38.
I think 2 strokes or something.
38.
So, yeah, it wasn't too bad, but it was fun. It was cool that we got to play together, and hopefully that's the same situation in this upcoming year. So we'll see how that goes.
Battle on.
Yeah, what are you expecting this year? What are you expecting to shoot? What was your handicap last year? You finished with a 4 or 3?
I think it's 4.
4.
I think.
Okay.
I think it's 4. Yeah. I hope it's 4. Give me 5.
You're so funny.
Give me 5.
What are you hoping to get it down to this year?
I don't know. It's 3 probably.
3.
2 or 3.
All right.
Cool with
Sub
that.
40.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. I think.
Okay.
Corey's in it too. We got a bunch of good golfers too.
Yeah,
I
we do.
like the group.
Oh yeah, we got fucking studs. Yeah, it's
you
great.
got you have any picks for the Masters though?
Oh
Think he's gonna
man.
win?
I mean, I think it's funny. I was thinking about it, and I was like, "Oh, Scotty's gonna win, of course." But then I thought about it, and I was like, "Wait, Brooks Koepka's gonna be there.
I know that's
John Rahm's
I
gonna be
know.
there. Cam Smith's gonna be there. DJ's gonna be there."
I tell you right now, I'm probably gonna pick Brooks Koepka if nobody does. Yeah, he might be my pick.
Dude, I just saw his stats, the stats of like how he does in majors, and
Yeah, he kills it.
unbelievable. He's got the 3rd best stats behind, I think, Ben Hogan and Tiger
He's
Woods
an
or something in his first like
unstoppable
20 majors, or it was crazy. So I think he's top 2'd like 20% or something. That's 1 out of 5. That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
That's insane. So shout out to Brooks Koepka. We're gonna have a stacked field. I'm super excited. The fields in the PGA Tour have been good, especially for their elevated events, but I still don't feel like they're that competitive because Victor Hovland isn't playing as good as he normally is. Justin Thomas isn't playing as good as he normally is. So when you had the fields you had before and those people weren't playing as good, it's okay because you still had Brooks and DJ and all. But like now you have less people. So when the good guys aren't playing as good, it's a lot thinner. You know what I mean? It's a lot thinner to watch.
Brings out more of the people who don't normally get the spotlight as much, like some of those Peter Malnati's and stuff.
Right.
Because
It brings those guys.
Those good guys aren't golfing well in the tournaments, then some of those lower names are golfing good,
exactly.
and they kind of work their way up the leaderboard. It's like, well, wow, now they're kind of getting some more shine.
Yeah. And that's like the Wyndham McClark effect. I mean, he won the major last year, but he's just continued to ball out and continue to go up while everybody else is falling. Tony Finau's doing okay. Justin Thomas, Xander, Patrick Cantley, like those guys are,
Where's Xander been the last couple of weeks?
Shane Lowry, like Xander, he was in it during the Players, and he finished third behind Wyndham. He couldn't fucking putt, couldn't finish strong.
Last week was he in last week?
Valspar, but I don't think he did too hot.
No.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, like I said, because of the thin field,
that Victor Hovland name, that's one that's shocking.
He balled out last year.
Yeah, because he's not doing well at all this year.
No.
He's not doing anything.
No, he's not. No top fives, I don't think. Maybe a top 10 or 2, but I don't think he has any top fives.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
So, I don't know. It's fun to see the good, like the guys who aren't as good play well, but it's almost not happening every time. Scotty's running away with some of these.
Yeah.
And that's when you wish you had the Roms, the Cam Smiths, because these guys can keep up sometimes. The Peter Malnati's, the middle level guys, the Jakes and all those. But sometimes it's just going to be Scotty or 1 or 2 just running away. And it's like, man, I wish we had a good field that like would keep up, with Scotty and that competition and that level he's in right now.
Yeah, you're right. When there was all those bigger names.
Yeah.
Playing, it was
you had so much more opportunity. Like Joaquin Niemann is playing so well right now.
It seemed like every time the top 10, the leaderboard was always those big names.
Yeah, of course,
always,
of course.
And it was just shuffled around.
Yeah,
with the names.
Yep.
Dude. Yeah, and then now you take those people away, and when the only top-notch golfers that are left on the PGA Tour, Justin Thomas, the names that just rattled off.
When
they don't play that good,
Fitzpatrick,
all these other lower names start to shine, and then you're like, well, what the fuck? Like now you're really questioning like how good are those other golfers, right? Because when they were playing with all these Cam Smiths and Brooks Koepkas, those names were still always up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
they like it always.
And the names that we're talking about were up there. So is it that they just play to their competition?
That's kind of what
their competition is, a B plus. Well, I only got to bring my B plus.
And they say that's what happens a lot of times too.
Or a lot of us do that. We do it. You've played worse when you play, worse golfers sometimes, and it's a psychological thing. You're playing to the level of somebody else. We do it all the time on the golf trip up north. Some people might play better against a better guy and play worse against another, but yeah, it's crazy that it's happening to some of the most elite golfers. They're not getting wins. They're barely getting top 5s and top 10s, I feel like. It's kind of interesting to see. It really is. But we got a major coming up. I'm so fucking pumped to see all those big names. I mean, all of them. I think it's going to be interesting. I think Taylor Gooch is in this one, but he's going to start falling out of these pretty soon, which is crazy because of his official world golf ranking. So let's celebrate while we have all these guys here, hopefully. Because some of their names are going to start dropping soon, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Abraham Answer, he just won.
Joaquin Niemann's way down now. He's not even like...
It's crazy. He just won twice in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's so stupid. You want to know what, though? I hope the weather for the Masters is in tip-top shape. I hope the week before, no rain or anything like that. We need a dry course because the last couple of years it hasn't been really dry.
It's been raining every year. I feel like
playing soft. Yeah. So when you get that dry weather, man, that course is going to play a lot tougher, and we're really going to have to see some top-notch golf out of all these players, because if it doesn't, then we're going to see some fucking scores that are like 6 under, 7 under, barely getting up to double digits. If it's playing as tough as it can, you'll get like maybe 13 under is like a win, right?
Yeah, as a win. Yeah, 13 or 14 usually isn't too bad in today's golf because they can fucking pound it. But we'll see how it goes. I can't wait to see the odds and all that. It's gonna be good.
The past course changes that were made at the Masters course there, those were also done in weather that was soft conditions, right? When they played afterwards. So now like the longer holes or the tightenings of the fairways, when it's tight and when it's going to be playing dry and just rolling out, like it's going to make for a lot of different shots now. Like those holes are really going to play true to to how they wanted them to.
Of course, yeah, and it's way different when they're playing lift, clean, in place when it's fucking soaked out and stuff, which, like we said, has happened the past few years. So, yeah, hopefully they can get some great weather. I mean, the Masters is, it's great. I do have a question for you. If you could organize the majors in order of how they play it, would you have it how they have it right now, or would you put the Masters like last or in the middle? Like, so you have the Masters first, then we have, I think it's the PGA Championship is next, and then the U.S. Open, then the Open. I'm pretty sure is the order.
I think that is how it goes.
So Masters, PGA, U.S. Open, Open. Would you keep those that way? Would you move them around any differently? Would you start with the PGA
I
Championship?
think PGA needs to be first.
Yeah. Okay.
Last two are fine order, but you could shuffle the Masters and the PGA
Okay.
because I think you get better weather if it's a little bit later for the Masters.
Right.
One, you get that.
Well, we had that November one, and during COVID, and that was way different.
Way different.
DJ has the record, 20 under.
Yeah,
and he shot during November.
Let's be real. That's
so
when they're doing that out there, that doesn't make me want to watch it as much.
Of course.
Yeah, I think just the Masters being first. I guess I wouldn't even really care about the order as much. Like how it is right now is kind of fine to me, but you could switch Masters
and you'd be fine with them switching it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I think that plays more of like how it should. Like, okay, you play the PGA, and then if you win that, that's tough. Masters gets a little tougher. I feel like it gets a little tougher for each of those majors.
See,
right? Like I think the U.S. Open is extremely tough.
Yeah.
Extremely tough.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
That one has to be like the last.
The U.S. Open.
Like pretty close to last. So that's why I say like.
See, I would. That's great.
Scheduling. I don't know. It's
interesting. It's an interesting question because I don't think they would ever change it, but
they won't.
It's fun to just joke around, and I think I would put I'd probably put the PGA Championship first, and then I'd put the U.S. Open, and then the Open, and then the Masters.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because I want the best one to be last. I want the best championship to be the last one.
Yeah, but
and I want
hardest.
The best one.
Because
I want the hardest one.
I
want the hardest one to be in the middle. In the heart of this, like right when summer's starting. Right when conditions should be prime fucking time. June. Early June.
But also I think having it later gives the players more time to prepare for it. And actually get into the right.
Of course. Dude, it would just be wild if the Masters was.
It's the first major, and it's a U.S. Open. You're playing an 8-inch rough, the most firm fairways, and you've only got the Valspar,
you got like
Shriners under your belt, like
6 tournaments or something.
Like I feel like there needs to be a little bit of wiggle room there. Like that's why, and the Masters, it's a tough course, but it's manageable. Even if you're having a off day, you can still get by and shoot a relatively low score,
1 or 2 under at least. Yeah, with still being in the trees and stuff. I mean, it's cool how it's set up right now. I do like that it's first, but I just thought like, okay, well, if it wasn't first, where would I want it? And I'd probably want it last, honestly, because it would just be wild, man. You're just playing up. Every tournament is just a build up to the fucking. It's like Michigan, Ohio State. It's like no matter what, you're building it up to Michigan, Ohio State. The Northwestern game is a stepping stone towards the Michigan, Ohio State game. You know what I mean? And it's cool to think that way. So I don't know. It would just be interesting to be like, all right, I didn't get this, but we're halfway through the season. But guess what? I still put the green jacket on it then towards the end of the year. And that would just be wild if they did that. But I don't know.
I think the Masters has been the second week in April for how long?
Probably
other than the COVID year.
Right.
So it has a special date, and people know that date. They know when the Masters is. They know it's early April.
Yep.
Something to look forward to in early April. Now, if you start switching that to whatever the end of the summer, it's like it doesn't play as much of. I feel like you lose some of that tradition and some of the iconic things that the Masters is really about.
That's why I think switching it with another tournament but keeping it on the same date I think that would still like be a benefit. Like they'd still pump up the major. It wouldn't be the Masters commercial we're used to seeing, where you hear the song and they don't even have to say any words. You just hear the song and it says Masters April
Mm-hmm.
2024. That is great. It sends this certain dopamine to our brains that we know that like this giant tournament is coming. So I do get your point there for sure. But maybe I don't know if they had a different major to start the U.S. Open or something to start.
I see your point. Yeah.
The only thing is, I just thought about it. If they did have the U.S. Open or PGA to start, it would be a very limited choice because you're in April. So you can only play courses south of like, I don't know, what?
Exactly.
Tennessee, Kentucky.
Exactly. Yep.
So with the Masters being in the south, but every time in April, you're guaranteed to at least get warm weather. Whether it's raining or not, that's one thing, but you get warm weather. If the U.S. Open and PGA had to be in April, they could only choose so many courses. They couldn't go to Whistling Straits in April. Like, no way.
No.
You know what I mean? That'd be fucking so rude.
I wonder if there's.
So maybe that's why.
I wonder, like, if like the landscaping part plays a role too. Like, if that's like one of the prime
Time for the landscape for that region.
Like the best grass, have the flowers bloom the best.
Of course.
Not have as many dead spots.
Right.
Like maybe, and so that helps.
It could be.
Like
it could be the most prime time.
Maybe that's why it's so prime. They use that time to make that the tournament. Like make that.
I wonder how much research they've done in it, or if it's just tradition. Just it's that day.
Yeah. Maybe they're not getting as many dead trees, and like it's not as wet or something. I don't know. Maybe there's some things around that. Maybe that has some things to do with it. Probably not, but it's just me kind of thinking.
No, it's crazy. So that was me just riffing on like that idea of the major order because they switched around the Houston Open, which is this week, and next week is the Valero Texas Open. They switched those around. They were vice versa last year, and they were talking about why they did that, and I was like, oh, I wonder what would happen if they switched around.
Is it, or is it when's the RBC then? I thought the RBC was
the week after.
The Masters.
Yeah, which remember last year we had talked about, it was the first time they had elevated events, and Rory missed it, and he used both his fucking times that he didn't have to go by the RBC. He used it for the Century Tournament of Champions and the RBC.
Yeah,
because he missed the cut. Yeah, he got
fined. And the fine was like
$1 million something, right? Wasn't it a lot?
No.
Oh, wasn't much?
It was like a slap on the wrist to him.
Okay, well, yeah, that's not that bad. But yeah, so the RBC, again, is the week after the Masters. And again, it's an elevated event. So those players have to go back-to-back fucking most stressful event of the year to not so stressful.
Well, but RBC, here, that's still a tough track,
It's a tough track. Tough track. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why they were complaining last year, some of them. They were like, dude, we just drained ourselves. Like, literally drained ourselves at the Masters, trying to fucking play our best. And you want us to all play an elevated event the next week? Like, fuck you, dude. And, I mean, I get it. If there's a time when you shouldn't have an elevated event, it's definitely the week after the Masters. We just just had a segment based on the Masters. Come on, guys. Like, you could do it after other majors, maybe.
Yeah.
But the fucking Masters, dude. Come on. So, yeah, not the smartest move by the PGA Tour. I believe I seen viewership was down. Is that the
viewership's been down though, right? And that's like the numbers.
What's going on there?
The ratings and the numbers that the PGA is getting for TV watch time is like down by. I forgot the exact percentage.
It was like 27% for the Valspar, which is crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah, and even for
what is it for the year?
It's crazy for the year. It's down a lot too, like something crazy like that.
Jeez.
But
I wonder why.
I wanted to say like the biggest thing about this too, though, is now you have YouTube golf on the rise, and if you look at some of these big YouTube channels and the numbers and viewers that they're getting and watch time on their videos is comparable to the number of viewers that
it's comparable to the other ones that the PGA Tour is getting.
Yeah,
which is like crazy.
Actually, televised golf, but these YouTubers are getting just as many viewers and stuff, and that's why you see so many of these sponsorships being given to these YouTube golfers. So it's crazy. It's like there's more people watching YouTube golf than they are watching it just on TV, and I think it's because that the YouTube golfers are making it more interesting. They're doing different games with these pro golfers. They're showing you a different side of these golfers that you don't see on TV. And I think within the next 5 years, even you're going to see even less watch time and less viewers on TV on the Golf Channel. On NBC. There's going to be less people even watching it in the next 5 years. I think it's just going to slowly decrease, and there's going to be more people watching YouTube. As crazy as it is to say.
No, I mean that's not too crazy. A little crazy, but not too crazy. But do you think it's because the YouTube golfers like play like us more? Like there's bad golfers that are on YouTube too, or no? Are they all good golfers too? Like
no, there's a mix for sure. There's a variety.
So you think people can relate to that more?
And I think so.
The relatability of like, oh, Trent went in the water again,
exactly,
or something like that.
And the fact that these pros are able to just show a different side, of them. They're able to be more of themselves around these people. They're just normal human beings, just like everyone else. Everyone else is, but they actually have like a little bit of a connection. It's not just you're seeing it through the TV lens. You're seeing it through
like
YouTube
hours and hours and
it shows a completely different side.
It's raw. It's extremely raw. You get to see, them cuss. You get to see them talk about, their interests in different things without really a filter, maybe like a little filter, but not much like you would have on, national TV. But
hitting different shots, they'll try a different shot, maybe explain how they hit a shot, where you won't see them. They're not going to explain their shot on TV, right?
Yeah, there's no behind the scenes footage on TV, really. I mean, unless you hear them catching their caddy talking, but that's about it.
I wish I had the number though, the percentage, how much it's been down.
We'll look it up and give everybody a shout and let them know. I do have a question for you though. So because viewership is down, in your eyes, what percent of people who watch golf watch it for golf or watch it for a player? Because if these viewership numbers are down because these are people who watch it because they liked Jon Rahm and Jon Rahm isn't there anymore,
or Tiger Woods,
you might lose them, or Tiger Woods or Cam Smith or whatever. So what percent of people who watch golf do you think watch golf for golf or watch golf for a player?
I think a lot of people still watch golf for golf.
So you think it's probably like 75-25?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, probably. Having a favorite player just makes it more easier to watch. Like makes you more interested in it.
Of course.
It's better to have somebody that you're rooting for every week.
Now. Yeah.
But I think they still want to see the golf itself, the shots by all these different golfers, the ups and downs, all that. So
yeah, I agree.
I do think that for sure.
Yeah, I think it's mainly people want to watch golf, but it seems like they're losing the people who maybe just wanted to watch a particular golfer. Maybe that's why their viewership's down. I was just trying to think about like, okay, why are the numbers down? Like it's no different. They're playing tournaments. They're worth more money. The golfers, maybe it's the golfers aren't playing as well. We did talk about that. If Justin Thomas was winning events and Max Homa was winning events and Matthew Fitzpatrick was winning events and Patrick Cantley was winning events and any other big name was even competing, Colin Morikawa, any of them competing, maybe viewership would be up. But I would love to know, man. I really would love to know, like, why are people watching less? Because there's a multitude of reasons. I mean, we just talked over two, but there's more and more. I mean, some of the rules sometimes are like, really, you're letting that go? Like, it's crazy. So I don't know. We'll see. You think viewership's going to go down? If they can somehow merge, I think it'll go back up, but I don't see it going up. Maybe it might stay the same. I don't know if it'll go down, but I don't see it going up unless they merge. Just because it's so hard for these top-notch golfers to stay competitive, it seems like. I mean, it's been a year and a half since the Liv left, 2 years since the Liv left, and it's kind of slowly deteriorated. I mean, as far as big name winners, Tony had that 2-win in a row streak at the end of 2022 with the Rocket Mortgage and Wyndham or whatever. Justin Thomas won a couple, Rory's won a couple, but like it's gone down. If you took the top 20 golfers in the PGA Tour and you track their wins over the past 3 years, it's gone down every year. I'm sure. I'm sure of it. It's crazy. So I wonder if that's what's doing it. So Who knows? I'm still watching. I'm a fan of golf in general, but you know, sometimes I watch and I'm like, one, the access to watch it. It's difficult. Why the fuck do I gotta go to Hulu to watch it up until Peacock's on? And then like I was telling Chad yesterday, the coverage yesterday go for the Houston Open. It went till 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is 6 p.m. Central time, which is where Houston is. When it went off, the guy who was in third place, Hightower, and the guy who was in second place were still playing.
Mm-hmm.
They were on hole 13 and 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And TV coverage went off. And I look at Chad and he goes, "Oh, they don't have like a, you know, PGA Tour Live," which they do have. And I say, "Yes, they do. It's on Hulu through ESPN Plus. It's great. You can, as soon as they start in the morning, I can watch golf." But it ends when the TV coverage ends. So I go on it, we click on it, we try and see. They show the last hole. We watched somebody putt and they missed it. And then they wrapped up coverage. And I'm like, dude, it's 6 o'clock in Houston. The sun's not going down until 7:45. These golfers are going to be able to finish their round. They're in second and third place. I said, Shaq, can you imagine watching a sport where someone's in second place and they fucking turn it off?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, or like they
ended
like
coverage.
Yeah, or like basketball or something.
Yeah.
Like they pull like LeBron after he gets injured in like the fourth or something. Like, oh well, he's out. He's the best player. Like they're not. All right, so we're just gonna cut the game now. They're winning the game by this many. The best players out. Let's just cut the game. We don't have to show the rest of the
best
basketball
players
game
out
or something. You know.
I get. I was explaining in the chat. I get why they do the TV coverage. Why they do it makes sense. You have the featured groups. It's based specifically around the feature groups. You have 2 feature groups. They stagger each other every week. It's the exact same format. It makes sense. It goes exactly to the end of the feature group. We got to watch the end of, I think it was Wyndham Clark last night, or somebody else actually. As soon as that feature group ended, which is great, the TV coverage ends. But you have to have that extra coverage for what just happened yesterday, dude. I didn't get to see 5 holes for the top 2 players.
Yep.
That's crazy. I wake up and Akshay Bhatia's in second place. He wasn't even in like 4th, I feel like, when I fucking went to bed. Or the TV coverage ended.
That kills.
That could be another contributing factor to why viewership is down. It's like, dude, I get it. I get it. You got contracts with people. You got to do these things. But you have to have a running golf network somewhere. And you do on Hulu, on ESPN Plus, up until TV coverage ends. It's so great. I can watch it from the fucking first tee time all the way up until end of TV coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that shit going, man. It's 2 more hours. You're fucking ESPN. What, do you not have money? Like, you guys are doing okay.
Put it on the Golf Channel. It's called the Golf Channel for a reason.
Something. Fuck, dude. It's annoying. I hate having to check my phone.
The Golf Channel is just for Golf Central and playing lessons with the pros. That's what it's for.
It's crazy. And fucking commercials about fucking pharmaceutical drugs. That's about it. That's about it. That's all we get. It's crazy. So
it's aggravating.
That could be why viewership's down. We could continue to talk. Like I said, there's a multitude of reasons why viewership's probably down.
And like, change it up a little bit. Don't make every week the same type of stroke play tournament. This person is trying to win the tournament. Like, change it up. Put some scrambles in there, dude. Make it different. Like once in a while, because if you have a different type of tournament, okay, it's like these four golfers versus this group or something, and then we see which groups excel to the next round.
Yep.
When they do that, and if they just did that, I would say even 2 or 3 times throughout the year, it's like when those tournaments come around, you're like, oh fuck, well this is something different. I want to watch it. I want to see who's gonna beat who.
The Zurich Classic, Rory just said that he's teaming up with Shane Lowry.
And that's sweet. See what I'm saying? Like, and then when that comes around, I look forward to that because it's a different style of golf.
Of course,
change it up. Don't oversaturate it with the same thing over and over, which is where YouTube excels because they're able to do different things with these golfers and challenges, random club challenges and stuff. All right, these pros got to hit a fucking hybrid out of a bunker or something. Like you never see it, and then you see them hit a fucking incredible shot,
right?
And it's like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
So it's like the different type of golf and like the ways that you can intrigue people, you know, keep them interested in the sport. Don't keep playing the same tournament over and over. And it's always the same tournaments. It's always the same tournaments at the same courses. That's another thing. We've stressed about this before.
We have.
Change it up. We need variety. because I get bored of watching the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, it can definitely get boring. I mean, you have the big name tournaments, but and even those, I mean, yeah, I get Bay Hill, cool, a great tournament. They've been playing for a long time, but like, you could definitely pick a different fucking course in Florida. There's the most courses in the United States, I think, is in Florida and California. So, but even those, you could leave those states. Go fucking somewhere else. Go to Vermont. Go in the trees in Vermont, bro.
Yeah.
Go fucking to Idaho. Go to Montana.
Go to Myrtle Beach area.
Yeah, go to Myrtle Beach. Go to the desert, like the desert. Go in a mountain. I would love to see them golf in a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
I promise you, there are courses in the mountains in the United States. There's plenty of them. I want to see that shit. Golf a course, golf one of the military-based courses every year or something. Pick a different one. You got the Navy. They each have their own golf course. I'm sure they're kept in fucking ridiculous shape.
Yeah, they probably are so top notch, dude.
There's just so many things you can do. Golf a college course. Whichever college team won the championship, they get to host a PGA event next year.
Yep.
Cool. Great. Oklahoma State, your course now the economy gets boosted because the PGA Tour's coming. They're pumped. Kids want to go there. All sorts of benefits. Look at this.
And it's trial and error.
Exactly.
Switch it up. If it doesn't,
it's not all going to work.
If it doesn't work, okay, then you don't have to do it next year. Right?
Exactly.
But if it works and you see that you gained a little bit more viewership, or the sponsor paid a little bit more money for this tournament, or something happens and you see it's a good change, like, okay, then you found something there. Stick with it, and then change up something else. Like, there's ways to go about this. This is part of Live having they're changing it up. They're doing something different. They're trying something new. Yeah, it might not be sticking right now, but it's a trial and error thing, and it's also a time thing. You give it time and you keep trying new things.
Yep.
Eventually one's going to stick. Exactly. And they're going to find that like a way.
Exactly. It will stick. And as I was just explaining that, I can't believe the PGA Tour doesn't do that. There has to be a way in which a course should win an eligibility without voting. Oakland Hills Country Club's going to get it. Of course they're fucking going to get it. No, I mean a course earns their way, whether it's a school represents that course or something. That course just got revamped or something.
Yep.
There should be new courses being played that, aren't the big names, that are going to earn something. It's going to bring money to these cities. People are going to love it. They're going to be able to watch it in a city they've fucking never be able to see before. In St. Louis, Missouri, they're going to have a fucking tournament now, or Kansas City, or Omaha, Nebraska, or I don't know, man. But you got to be able to do that. It's a genius way to grow the game of golf.
Yeah.
People would be fucking rooting for their college team. Can you imagine? I would be rooting for not Michigan's, but maybe Michigan State's college team. Because if they win a PGA Tour event, comes to Michigan State's fucking course, that would be awesome.
Right.
That would be so great. The whole city would be rooting for them because everyone here fucking golfs.
Yeah.
And we would all love to have a tournament there. That'd be sick. That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
Just so many things like that.
You just came up with that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thanks. Just so many ideas like that. Let it fucking grow. Come on, man. You're watering the same flower in the same pot. You know what happens if you leave that flower in the same pot? It'll stay the same size. You got to put it in a bigger fucking pot for the roots to grow. You have to. That fucking plant will stay the same size in the same pot. That's what's happening right now. You gotta get that shit to grow, like my weed. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But all right, that's enough of me fucking bitching about the PGA Tour. But
they could
use some of those.
The tour players don't. They'd rather play different courses too. They talk about it. They're like, man, some of you guys get to play way better golf courses than we do.
Yeah.
We don't get to play those, those tobacco roads and those abandoned dunes and stuff.
It'd be awesome if they played tobacco road.
That's we're just spitballing here, but they're good ideas.
Come on, we'll just keep spitballing. That's what this is about. We're trying to give them ideas, us ideas, and what we can do. But I think that would help better the PGA Tour. So
I do too.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I really do.
And like you said, by going to these different states and these different places, now you're bringing in that audience that really maybe only gets to see the golfers on TV or whatever. Now they get to see them in person. Yeah. They're a little bit more invested in it. And when you go to a tournament, I can speak on this. It changes everything. You feel more enriched in the sport, you feel something different.
Right.
Like you
You're a
feel
part of it a little bit
bit
more.
more connect. You're more connected
Yeah,
with it, I would
of
say.
course.
And that would just maybe bring in a little bit more of an audience if you did that.
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, it would just help grow the community around golf in general. They would just be rooting for their home team. And there's nothing, I don't root for golf around here. There's nothing to root for. You know what I mean? At least that really impacts me. That would impact me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people need as part of motivation to start, maybe being interested in something. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited for the tournament this weekend. We got the Houston Open. We'll see if Tony can defend.
Come on,
Scotty's
Tony.
coming back. We got some other, like we said, smaller names at the top, but I like seeing those names, like you said, but I would like to see the good guys or the bigger names also play well. It's kind of annoying seeing them not play so hot.
Yeah.
It really is. It's fucking my picks up. So stop fucking my picks up. Also, shout out to my favorite golfer on the tour. I went through his montage today. PGA Tour had posted about it, Sung JM, and he had just so many ridiculous shots in the montage, and I'm sure they could have kept it going. It was, they filled all 10 slots with videos, but I'm sure they could have done even more. He's got, a couple President's Cup videos in there, a couple hole-in-ones, great shot from my favorite shot of his, which was the one they led with, the shot from he was in the desert, I think Waste Management or somewhere, just in the rocks, bro. Rattlesnake Alley. And he's just fucking
Rattlesnake Alley.
dude, and he just fucking from I think he's like 170, 180 out, puts it to like 2 inches. It was awesome. The coverage, they went wild. So shout out to him. Very excited for him. Yeah, March 30th. I gotta try to remember that.
March 30th.
Yeah, Sung JM, that's the homie. So what else you got? You got anything else?
I'm trying to think.
We got leagues coming up, and I'm
League
excited.
coming
That's
up. We
about it.
talked about. No, we'll be back on here.
All right. Are you
Next
excited
week.
it's starting April 8th, or would you rather it start like the 15th?
I'm cool with it.
I counted 16 weeks from April 8th, including having Memorial Weekend off. And that takes us to the last weekend in July. Right now.
What? That's
Right now.
finishing up early.
Well, I think it's the same as last year, and I think we had 3 rains. So with 3 rains, we would be finishing like the second to last week in August.
Oh, that's better.
So you see what I'm saying? 'Cause we'll have rain days.
Yeah, we will.
So that's why I counted it, because I was like, all right, how do I feel about April 8th? Is that too early? So I counted it. I was like, last weekend in July. I was like, well, if we have like 3 rain days again, that's like almost the end of August. Because I was debating, would I rather we start April 15th? That seemed a little better to me, weather-wise, all that.
Yeah,
Weather-wise, for sure.
fine.
Weather-wise,
Whatever.
it's a win. Because
It is what it is.
August is going to be great no matter what. September's great. So pushing it back any further, the weather's fine. It's the start. So I would rather start the 15th plus my ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he thinks it's April 8th. He was waiting on one more person to pay before he went and got the information from Gateway. So we'll figure it out. And I got another team confirmed for the outing.
Fuck yeah.
Text me today, the four groups or the 4 people. So yep, we'll keep going with that and we'll update you guys and we'll keep it going.
Fuck yeah. Have a good Easter, you guys.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy
It's
Easter.
tomorrow.
Hope you guys eat a lot of good food, see your family, stay safe, all that good stuff.
Definitely.
I think that's about it though. I gotta do some shit here at home, get some things done. So thank you guys for listening, tuning in to another 3 Pars and a Birdie podcast. Smash that subscribe button down below, like, comment, share it with your friends, put it on social media, get the word out there to check out 3 Pars and a Birdie, because we're lit here.
Yep, and the golf season's starting, so we're just getting hot, baby.
Yep, more videos to come on the YouTube page. Other than that, have a good day. Don't forget to use your one time.
Be nice, people.
Peace.